Hello, it's Sexual Intelligence here. I am Sexual Intelligence, and I've just got an update for you. It's been like a day or two or whatever. I don't know how long it's been, but anyway, technically it's day 11. Today is day 11, but I want to talk about day 10. Yeah, so what's been going on? Oh, I feel quite pumped from this day actually. I just smashed some washing up. Look at all this, look. Wait there. Literally, this whole cupboard, I left loads of washing up over like 2-3 days. And because I was doing stuff, because I was out, not because I was being lazy, but because I was out. I just, it took me like 10 minutes, all of that washing up. I just smashed it and I cleaned the worktop. No fat. Boom! Oh, it's good. I've got some washing to do after this. Been in there, and yeah, I'm feeling good. Anyway, so yeah, day 10. What happened? I'm juiced, aren't I? So day 10. I had a bit of a funny moment with my friends. Now they're kind of some acquaintances that I spend time with. And basically we went to this event thing, and it's payday this week for me. So I hadn't been paid, but yet. So I was having a cash flow problem. Anyway, so I asked my friends, can I borrow some money, to go to this, what they was planning. I got invited to the event, and then I said, but anyway, the point of it is that I wanted to go. I wanted to go with my friends. I wanted to go to this event that they was talking about. But didn't have the money. Anyway, I asked. And then what happened was, because it was over Facebook, they started to type whatever, said, oh, no problem, stuff. But then they started to talk between themselves. I've been offline. I went back and checked it. And then I was sort of reading into the comments a bit. It seemed like they was being sarcastic, right? Now that's maybe a negative thing. But the positive side of it was that if they had been being sarcastic, then what I did next would be positive. So I just got to the point and I was like, so are you going to lend me this money or not? Just so I have a clear answer, because I was getting annoyed because it wasn't really clearly stated yes or no. And one of my friends had said, so you want us to lend you the money? And the way I read it as typed, it was like, oh, the audacity is how I interpreted it. But I didn't know. So I didn't know if they was being sarcastic or if I'd offended them, because it was a bit long-winded and no one said yes or no, I could borrow this money, right? So I just said, okay, so just to clarify, is it yes or no, because you're confusing me? I just typed that, because you're confusing me, just yes or no. So it's very blunt. So what I'm saying is, oh my God. What I'm saying is that I was very direct, and I just didn't care how they would react, because they've been acquaintances for a long time, but it was that moment where you might get a bit testy in a friendship, and afterwards they're your like real mates. It was one of those moments where I just put up a boundary, because I was getting a bit pissed off, because I didn't know, because it was over Facebook, I wasn't talking face to face with them. I didn't know if they was trying to make me feel like more social shame for asking to borrow the money, if that makes sense. And I felt like if they were doing that, then I would be pissed off about that, because there's no need. If they was real mates, then they wouldn't do that. They'd be like, oh yeah, but anyway. So, but they weren't doing that anyway. But I took what NoFap's really helps me with is to be very clear and direct with people and be honest. It's given me a greater deal of integrity doing NoFap. I just say what I feel, but not in a reckless way, in a controlled way for the benefit of my friends and people, so that they understand me and so that I understand them. That's a benefit of the NoFap that I've seen in the last day or two. So yeah, so they lent me the money, and I was able to be a bit. I was able to ask for some respect in a way, and I wouldn't normally do that. So I wouldn't normally do something like that. I would normally I probably would have been emotional, to be honest, and been like, I'm not coming. Like, even if I hadn't got an answer about it, I'd have been like, no, don't worry about it. Maybe been a bit grumpy, to be honest, but I didn't do that. So there's that. I've taken a bit of a time to describe that, but that's what happened. What was the event? That's exciting. So we went to this. It was a shamanic healing day thing where you put on a blindfold and you dance in a trance. It was flipping cool. It was so cool. And basically what I saw in it was, and I mean, it was really good to go out there and do something really different. And, you know, I wasn't sitting at home or anything. It was a very interesting experience. So we sat in a circle. We dusted all with sage ourselves and that. And then we started doing it. We done this breathing technique to go into a trance state. And then we just danced with a blindfold. But because you're doing it in trance, there's obviously people watching to safeguard, make sure you don't bump into people. You just do whatever. You literally just let go and do any dance move or whatever that you do. And what happened to me, the only way I can describe it is that I went into a dream state, sort of. So, you know, if any of you have had lucid experience with dreaming, then you'll know that you might be in one dream, then go to the next dream. It was kind of like that, but I was in my body, which was strange. I was physically in my body, but I was having vision around me. Now, what I saw, I kind of relate to NoFap. I saw myself in like and I've seen my higher self before in meditation. And I was wearing a wolf skin. I know, it's cool. And I was wearing this wolf skin. I was surrounded by these white wolves in like a woods. And we was all running. I was doing the dancing with the wolves, like I don't know, like your mates when you're about 6 and you're running through a field or you're climbing trees and stuff. It's kind of like that, but they were wolves, obviously. And then I kind of look up the stars. I gather all the stars. And I was all, remember, I'm doing this physically as well in interpretive dance with a blindfold on with other people around. It's very interesting. And but anyway, so then I gather up all the stars and I'm feeding them to the wolves, the stars, and they start to glow. And reflecting on that, I kind of feel like that's like this channel. Like I'm like, I'm not a wolf, but I've put, in a way, doing NoFap, I've put on my wolf skin, and now I'm feeding other wolves like myself. You know, other wild men and women, like that have that natural sense about themselves, about life. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, that's why I'm excited about that kind of vision that I had, and yeah, because I see all of you guys like wolves, like, you know, yeah, like wild animals that can run and hunt and howl at the moon and freedom, like, yeah. So take that how you want, but so it was really cool. And after that, I had some other visions as well. I kind of just went into different parts. And then sometimes I become aware of my body again, and just start. But anyway, so that was like, it was literally for like an hour, and then at the end you kind of you sit on the floor, there's obviously music, and then at the end it goes into like on music, and then you have like a nap for like 5-10 minutes or something. And you feel so peaceful, so relaxed. And after we all sit in a circle, we eat like chocolate, raisins, almonds, and just sit with like in a chill circle. It was quality. It was so good. But and that's really helped me in terms of NoFap, because it's good to go out and do stuff and try new things. And because one of the whole ideas of NoFap is bonding, is increasing those bonding chemicals with yourself and enabling those to react to other people's sort of energy fields, and but you've got to put yourself in situations that will test that. And I find it kind of ironic that we was in that sort of really peaceful, chilled out, such a ambience of love environment with these people that the day before I've kind of had to test it. I not really knew where I stood with them. And they say, don't they, after a fallout or whatever, if it can be mended, the bond is stronger. So I really enjoyed my time with these friends. After some clarifying communication, so we had that sort of shamanic dance. But then my mate Tim, he also knows of. We went to it was in like a church hall place, but then we drove out to like Stonehenge. It was kind of like that in England. That's where I'm from. That's where I live. We have these zones of places that are like, it's called ley lines, where the energy is supposed to be thin, or the veil between the two worlds is quite thin. And it's like a stone circle where maybe tribal British indigenous tribal people, or the Druids, I don't actually know who, but would have danced and stuff like this anyway. We'd gone there, and it was so great. I felt so free. I didn't feel any social anxiety. I mean, I shouldn't around these people. I've known them for a while, but what happened was, it was kind of, I was really crossing that boundary of these are my friends. These are, because people that I hang out with regularly, but this is my circle rather than just acquaintances. It takes me, it's before NoFap anyway. It takes me quite a long time to trust people because of some of the experiences I've had. But yesterday was really just free. I felt like kids in a playground. I say that quite a lot, but when we got to the field in the stone circle, we really were just jumping around. We danced in a circle like we was like in a tribe, but like freely, like people were making the noises, like hoo ah, and stuff like that. And like yeah, like just with no holding yourself back. It was complete freedom, and it wasn't just me; it was them as well. But to be honest, when we got there, I kind of started doing it. I kind of took the lead with that, which I thought was pretty cool, pretty alpha. But it was great to be like tribal people with these friends of mine. And there was even some cows in the field, and we walked right up to them. And obviously the cows are not bulls, but still, that's still a bit scary. But we all of us got quite brave, going right up to them, and that was just an interesting experience, really. At one point, when we was backing away from the cows, because obviously I'm walking all like, because I feel good, because the oxygen in that place was just like, I felt pretty alpha, I felt pretty alpha. That's it. And I turned like this, and I scared the cow, one of the back of the cows. I scared one of them. It didn't like run off like really startled. It just for a moment was like, ooh. I felt a little bit guilty, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. That was a cool experience, that moment in the field. Anyway, we had some fun. We climbed on some of the taller stones. We climbed on, me and the lads. So we was with one girl as well, but she didn't climb. She actually went and sat by the cows, who had started to look like they was going to stampede. It wasn't a wise choice, but they didn't stampede in the end, obviously. But yeah, we was climbing up there. We sat there for a while and chilled, and so there was that. And then after that, we went to the tower, this church tower, and There was a lady. Well, we didn't know we was going to do this, but we met some lady who had the keys, and you could actually go in the tower. It's a really old church tower. And I made a video. I'm going to upload it. But hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry about that. But when I was climbing the tower, my friends went ahead of me, and I was kind of going up this spiral. And if the video goes up, you see it. It kind of reminded me of like the journey of NoFap, really, because I was calling to my friends from this dark place, going up a spiral, and then obviously we went out at this little door into like this bright light, and we watched the sunset, and there was this bridge, and the sun was just behind the bridge, and it was like shining so we could see it and all that. It was beautiful, beautiful. And that just reminded me of what we're trying to achieve when we go on NoFap, you know. You start off in this hole, just wanking in a dark room, you know, not talking to anyone, all that. Well, I mean, that's how bad it got for me at one point. But then you go to, you know, the bright lights of being outside in nature, not being scared of anything, and being with your friends and that. So that was pretty cool. We ended it in the pub, and I ended up talking to this other couple that Tim actually knew, but I introduced myself to, and then he's like, "Oh, I know these people," and then but I didn't have any fear about it at all. So it was mainly a social anxiety is completely gone. Was day 10 was what I really noticed. At the pub actually, I had this really great vegan burger. It was just a giant mushroom. So still vegan, and we just had a nice time. My friend Tim, he's kind of Buddhist. He'd taken all these photos of deities and stuff because he was preparing a talk, and I was much more sort of asking questions about it and really interested in that topic, like what I don't know about it, and I just felt so much more aware of what he's talking about and not being scared about being in a group of people, as opposed to I used to always have direct relationships, like I only talk to one person at a time. I was very uncomfortable in group settings. But then I realised that it's kind of just like tennis. And you just let one person talk, then another person talk. So it was a really enjoyable day. So that was day 10. I just want to make sure I got that in there because I want every day really to be logged. And I was just feeling really good. Today, it's been more of a spiritual day. It's been a spiritual weekend really. But it's been pumped all day. All day. All day. Oh my gosh. It's been great. Oh! So this is either part 2, another video, or it's gone back onto the same video. My battery died. I've had to put it on the charger. But anyway, I didn't get a boner. It was fine. Didn't get a boner for the yoga. No, it was alright. But what I noticed the attraction. And by the way, I'm not ashamed to say that I fancied my yoga teacher and they were doing stretches and all that. I think it's pervy or anything like that. I think that's normal. So and there's a lot of attractive girls there. A lot of attractive women there. But yeah, so I was doing the sexual energy rise. There was one moment when I started to feel quite aroused, because the reason was because I went in, there's a room full of people, and the only space was right next to the teacher who I've already had a conversation with last week, and she's quite attractive. So quite a lot actually. But so me and my mate are here. So 1, 2 here, horizontally, yeah, and then she's just here, vertically. So obviously when she's, you know, bending her back and all that, is a good angle and all that. So, but didn't get a boner. I just felt my arousal and I carried on with the yoga, which was cool, which was good. Yeah, but I did feel more aroused than I would. Not aroused. That's not the word. I felt more of the energy of it than I would before doing no. And yeah, man. I don't know what else to say about that. But anyway, it was a great start today. Did some yoga and that. And we had some nice the flow seems better doing nofap. It just increases your awareness generally, like meditation. I think it just whatever you would get from meditation, nofap just increases it by like 20% at least. And I just felt greater appreciation. After yoga, we went to this park, and the same park that we went to last time, actually, from the last video, the tree video. That park, we went there with the ducks. But this time I actually went to the shop, bought a load of ducks. And my mate that then was doing the talk for the Buddhist Centre, he led us in a meditation. It was quite cool, actually. We all sat in a circle, obviously all very, very no tension because we just done yoga. Sat in a circle and done like a meditation, but he actually led the meditation, spoke the meditation, and it was just, I just felt so much gratitude for life. So that's what's really going on right now. There was a bit of alpha struggles, I'll call it. I noticed, but the thing is, always win, and I don't mean that to sound arrogantly. I don't mean that to sound arrogant, but whenever one of my mates, well, it was particularly one of my mates, and it wasn't the Buddhist guy, I'll just say it wasn't, would kind of challenge me. It just didn't. I kind of had a psychic sense about it, and I would still lead. I wouldn't say taking control or anything like that, but I'd always still end up leading the group. So, when someone undermines you a lot, and it's not because they're a bad person or whatever, but that they're doing it because they want to be the leader, but they're not the leader. And it's not like competitiveness, it's just true, they're not the leader. And in this case, I was the leader. I didn't have to do anything, so I ended up winning and taking the lead the whole time. I believe that's because of nofap. I believe it's because psychically, subtly, your testosterone, semen, whatever, makes you the alpha. You have more of it than the other guy, so you always win the. And I'm not. Well, I don't think I'm one of those type of people that needs to win all the time, but I do like to win. I do like to win, and I do have a competitive side. So it. But this is a diary in it, so that's what was happening. That was earlier today. So today's been really spiritual day. A lot of gratitude, nofap. But what this stream is kind of, I think, the main thing is that I've been doing a lot more social experience, like my room, getting it, and it's because of nofap. Because I need to, acknowledge to meet people, and to go after what I constantly spending a bit. If it's making more of an effort, those doesn't matter. But I'm less focused on. I'm not weighed down by or desire for women. I'm more free to enjoy the other areas of life, and that is such a blessing. It's only day 11 of this streak. Well, hopefully the only streak, but you know how it goes. So, yeah, I'm really excited about the journey, where this is going to go forward. Been eating really well, been doing exercise and running and stuff, so I'm quite on form at the moment. Yeah, so I'm just hoping that you're all doing well. Those of you that have been following, been picking up subscriptions, and that's really great. Not that I'm in it for subscriptions, because I know all that clickbait, dopamine, and all that. I'm not really fussed. Not really fussed about it. But I love you guys. If you are watching, you know, and